BeamNG 0.39 is finally here, and I do not think I would be overplaying it if I said that this update may just be the biggest update ever. There are massive improvements to the graphics and lighting, there are entirely new skyboxes and clouds, and there is even a new car. But all of that just barely scratches the surface. Before we begin, I would like to let everyone know that what you see here is a pre-release build, so as usual, things may be subject to change. With that out of the way, let's take a look at what is possibly BeamNG's biggest update yet. Let's start by just launching the game like you normally would. Here, in the launcher, you will see a brand new launch option, Direct3D 12, or as most people know it as, DirectX 12. DX12 should offer additional performance, stability, and hardware compatibility compared to Vulkan. So, let's launch into DX12 and... this is BeamNG 0.39. That music that you hear, that is the brand new menu music for 0.39. And it is not the only change that you will notice about the menus. There are updated background screenshots to showcase the improved lighting, new menu navigation sounds, and all of the thumbnails for the levels and spawn points have also been updated. That cliff preview looks especially different, so let's take a look at it first. This is the remastered cliff level. They have added trees, shrubs, and rocks to the island, while also updating the sand texture so now it actually looks like a beach. Overall, the Cliff remaster has visually improved Cliff quite a lot, but it is not the only level to see improvements for 0.39. This is the updated West Coast USA. West Coast has probably seen the most amount of changes out of all of the maps, having updated textures for many of the buildings, updated roadblocks and barriers, and something else which we will get to at a later time. To change time, you can do so through the new environment menu from the updated pause menu. While we are here, let's talk about this for a minute. This is the new environment menu. You can easily set the time of day by dragging the slider or clicking a time of day icon. If you open up this menu on the right, you will see even more options, including a setting to match the game's time to your current local time. And if you click more time and weather options, you will see that we can now finally set day length to a much more normal length, including a proper full 24 hours. And speaking of the day, you can just straight up set the actual date in BeamNG now. As for why you can do that, as of version 39, BeamNG has now accurately configured the celestial position of each map. This means that summer and winter day-night lengths are properly simulated, the constellations are all in their correct place, and solar eclipses can actually occur, which is all super cool. Then below that, you will see the controls for the volumetric clouds and improved fog. You can change the cloud wind and cover and fog density just like before, but now there are also controls for wind direction and fog height. On top of that, there are now controls from the Wind UI app, though it does lack the directional visuals of the Wind app. And speaking of the Wind app, it has since been renamed to just the Wind app. This is tragic. Finishing up the more time and weather options, you have settings to increase the meteor shower rate, rotate the whole frickin' planet, see constellation lines and labels, and also toggle horizon, equatorial, meridian, and moon path lines. And while technically you can use these features during the day, they really look best at night. Something else that also looks great at night now is West Coast. As of 0.39, we finally have working streetlights in BeamNG, with multiple types of street lamps being added. There are sodium, halogen, and LED lights, all with proper color temperature and brightness levels, making it so much easier to see at night. And West Coast is not the only map to get night lighting. Hirochi and Industrial Site have also received it as well. But that is far from the only thing improving driving at night. One of the biggest changes is the fact that all of the vehicle lighting has been properly calibrated in terms of luminance, color, and even spray pattern. To add to that, PBR lighting has been introduced, allowing effects like streetlights and headlights to properly bounce off the road, or even reflect back at you off the new retro-reflective surfaces, as now seen on the street signs, side markers, and license plates. The last big change to help with night driving is auto exposure, or eye adaptation. Whatever the camera is centered on, the game's eyes will try to adjust to it, making it much easier to see in darker areas. Now imagine if this actually went off eye tracking instead of a crosshair. That would be crazy, but even what we have now is pretty awesome. All of these improvements help make driving at night feel like you were finally on a real road in the dark. Things are so improved that you can finally just use your low beams to drive in the city, instead of barely being able to see anything with your high beams like in 0.38. All of these lighting improvements look great, and they continue to do so on the new car. Speaking of the new car, how about we finally take a look at that? This is the Sherrier Ardent. Ardente? I don't know. The third vehicle from the Sherrier FCV platform, and the most modern coupe we have in BeamNG to date. The Ardent is powered by any of the Sherrier powertrains, and is offered in either front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive from the factory, though a rear-wheel drive swap is available. Outside the car, you will find that it comes standard with sequential indicators and a retractable spoiler, which raises depending on the drive mode. Coming inside, you will notice that it has a much more normal gauge layout compared to the other FCV vehicles, and that it seats 4 instead of 5. And this interior looks great, even the openable sun visors look nice. And on that topic, we should talk about those. As of 0.39, every vehicle in BeamNG now has working sun visors to help against any sun glare you might run into with the new lighting. Some other nice features are the additional FreeCam modes, Cinematic, which is quite slow on a controller, Steadicam, which is not very steady, and Drone Chase, which could be useful for drifting shots. I also have yet to mention that vehicles are now split up in the vehicle selector, so the Ardent, Vivos, and Tograk are all listed separately. The Gavril T and TC series are split up, and even the MD series bus is separate from the normal MD series. Though one thing that is a little odd is that all of your configs are still saved under the default model, so Ardent configs must be selected through the Vivos menu, and so on. My guess is this is something that they will eventually work out with time. While in the vehicle selector, you will see that there is also an updated cinderblock wall and metal coil. And if we load into a normal vehicle, we can take a look at the updated tuning menu. I do have plenty of thoughts on this new menu, though I will save those for a future video. And speaking of new menus, the UI screen and settings page have both been updated, and there is a new vehicle menu too, which integrates some radial menu controls and also allows you to immediately select any spawned vehicle, which is quite nice. And last but not least, we cannot forget about the updated photo mode menu, with multiple new camera, scene, and effects controls integrated directly into it. You can also finally preview all of your screenshots directly in-game now. One more thing I want to mention about this update is subsurface scattering. Leaves can pass the sun's light through them while also scattering it, making the leaves of Jungle Rock Island look incredible. This effect unfortunately does not apply to headlights at the moment, meaning forests at night are still quite dark. Though maybe we will see that in an upcoming update. Also check this out, just as I was finishing up the script, I found out that there are new drafting physics added to the game. Look at this is sick. And I think that about covers most of what was added in BeamNG version 0.39. I do know that there are quite a few missions and other things which I had not mentioned, but I only had time to talk about so much. Though that being said, if you guys think I had missed anything important, or would like me to take a deeper look into any single one of the new additions, let me know in the comments below. There's no doubt about it that 0.39 is an absolutely insane update, possibly even the biggest update to ever release for BeamNG. And if this is what the game looks like in 0.39, I can only imagine what we will see in 0.40. But we will just have to wait and see. So, until then, thank you guys for watching. This has been Akimbo, and I am signing off.